Star Wars is probably the most iconic and popular theme in LEGO, and so obviously that naturally inspires people to create their own Star Wars themed creations in LEGO form. And today I'm going to be counting down what I regard to be the top 10 best LEGO Star Wars MOCs of all time. Very quickly before we start, I have created a couple of other videos similar to this one where I take a look at LEGO Star Wars themed MOCs, and what I have tried to do is trying to find new MOCs that I haven't included in those videos. So if you think there are a couple of really cool MOCs that I haven't included in today's video, then it's probably because I have featured them in another video. So obviously just bear that in mind, and I will also leave a link to all the other videos that I've done on LEGO Star Wars MOCs in the description down below if you'd like to check them out after this video. But if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, then please go down there and hit that like button as well as the subscribe button. It really helps me out a bunch, so I'd really appreciate that. But anyway, let's take a look at some of the best LEGO Star Wars MOCs I have ever seen. So in at number 10 we have the Hydro Base on Korbos, and this was created by the talented builder LegoBoy505. If, like me, you haven't heard of Korbos, then fear not, I have done a little research. This planet is in the Outer Rim, near the Yavin system, and was participating in some experimental mining before the colony was wiped out. But enough of that, this project looks really cool. It took the designer a little over half a year to create, around the 8th month mark, and I can really see why. There is a little battle scene forming towards the front on the sand, and then we've got the main base and the mountain in the back. By far my favourite part about this MOC is the working waterfall, however. With a simple lever on the side of the mountain, it then spits out transparent studs, which is an awesome little detail which is otherwise hidden. The main base, however, has 2-man turrets on top, shielding the base from being attacked from the air, and it's also got a very nicely detailed interior. The slanted windows and roof is all removable for better access, which is also nice. The top floor is home to the medical bay, which is detailed with various beds and a few pieces of medical equipment. The bottom floor is slightly more simply detailed, with it being a nice and simple walkway or corridor. In summary, this project is great, and it's very clear that the designer has thought about every single aspect of this build, making it as good as it possibly can be. In at number 9, however, I chose the Junkyard Depot. This project was created by First Order LEGO, who is a well-known builder in the LEGO Star Wars MOC community and has created countless different MOCs in his time on YouTube. Anyway, this Tatooine MOC was inspired by the Tatooine map on Star Wars Battlefront 2, and I believe that this is his very first MOC that was set in the infamous planet Tatooine. I really like this MOC for a few different reasons. The first and main reason being, it's covered in lots of junk. This definitely isn't the easiest of MOCs to create, as placing all these scrap piles and making them look bad, in a good way obviously, must take an insane amount of time. Speaking of time, this only took the builder just 20 days to construct, so basically 3 weeks. The largest part of scrap metal features, amongst all the loose pieces, a few different custom boosters and engines. Inside each of the buildings are not so simply detailed, with most of the studs being covered in, guess what, more junk. There is one last amazing feature which I certainly wasn't expecting to see, and that is that the designer has gone through and placed a few different mini LED lights around the build to make it look even more amazing when all the lights go out. Moving into number 8, we have the ultimate Razor Crest. This project, similar to the previous project, was created by the established LEGO Star Wars MOC builder and very talented builder RichboyJhae. If this project does seem familiar, then it may be because the designer does actually sell the extensive instruction manual for this, meaning that lots of other people have had the opportunity to build this project and share their own images of it, so this is quite a well-known MOC within the LEGO Star Wars community. But anyway, this is obviously based off the Mandalorian ship from Disney Plus's The Mandalorian show, and they have done a fantastic job recreating it in LEGO form. What's probably even more impressive than the actual build, however, is the fact that the designer actually created a similar build based off the concept art and trailers before the Mandalorian Season 1 Episode 1 even aired. After that episode was released, however, they did go back and make some changes to the build, making it more accurate to the actual ship in the show. But I think it's crazy how they can actually do that just from the concept art and the trailers. Anyway, this build is minifigure scale and looks good from all angles. The interior is detailed with removable walls and doors, and inside details include the gun locker, an openable hatch on the bottom of the ship, and a nicely detailed cockpit. Just like the last project, the designer has actually included some lights in this project, which makes it look that more amazing. I really like the booster's glow, it just looks really cool. Next up at number 7, I chose the Geonosis Arena, as seen in Star Wars Episode 2 Attack of the Clones. Now I have searched long and hard to find the actual designer's name, however I didn't have any luck finding it, so apologies for that. However, this project was just too good to leave out of this list, and obviously if the creator is watching, then please let me know in the comment section down below, or if anyone knows who the creator is, then let me know in the comment section down below, as I would love to give them credit for this. Anyway though, this project is absolutely fantastic, and it's very clear that the designer has some skill when it comes to designing rock work, as this rock work looks impeccable. As far as I can tell, everything looks really accurate to the film, with the 3 pillars in the centre of the arena, and the countless seats for spectators in the background. The iconic shot of Mace Windu confronting Count Dooku has been recreated on the balcony, which is really cool also. What I would love to see, however, is the full arena. Now this is probably a little overkill and unnecessary, but I think it would look really cool nonetheless. Moving into number 6, we have the Zombie Star Destroyer MOC, created by First Order LEGO. Now when picking the projects out for this video, I did try picking a range of different projects from different creators, but naturally there are a couple times where the same creator pops up twice in this list, and that's just because their projects are just too good to pass up on. Anyway, this project is based off the old Legends Death Troopers novel and was created for a collaboration with Brix Labs. This project though looks absolutely fantastic. The LED lights really help to sell this, but with those LEDs turned off, I think it still looks really good. The designer did a great job making the pretty straightforward grey walls actually look interesting, and he's done that in a range of different ways with different pieces and patterns, which is really nice as well. Many of the different minifigures have been changed into zombies, and so they have red hands and scary faces, which is quite funny to look at. There's not really much else to say about this one. I did include it because first off, it looks great, but also it's a very different type of MOC to what I'm used to seeing in LEGO Star Wars, so I thought that was really cool. But in at number 5, the halfway mark, we have the Siege of Mandalore. Most of you probably recognise this project, as it was created by arguably the most popular MOC builder around, and that is of course Solid Bricks Studios. And obviously it wouldn't be a top 10 LEGO Star Wars MOCs video without a Solid Bricks MOC in there at some point. This project is, well, absolutely insane, standing at a whopping 3 feet tall, containing 125,000 pieces and including over 550 minifigures. In other words, this thing is really big. It's for the most part symmetrical, making this project really eye-pleasing to look at, which obviously, who is going to complain about that? The main battle is crazy. The bulk of the 550 minifigures are pretty much on display here in the centre of the project. The back of the project is of course detailed. It's got a secret compartment where the switch for the LEDs is hidden, and of course the LEDs elevate this MOC to the next level. There's the Ahsoka vs Darth Maul fight scene. I especially like the lightsabers being lit up there. I think it looks really good. There's the prison cells which is included, and so much more. So here's a quick look at some of my favourite areas and rooms from this MOC. Up at number 4 we have the hospital. This project was created by the talented builder CRCT Productions, and he created this as part of a collaboration project for Empire Lug. Anyway, this project is based off the General Hospital in the city of Crest, and you may now be seeing a running theme between most of these projects in this list. Recently I've been really liking MOCs which have been lit up with LED lights. I think they made the builds just pop that bit extra and take them to the next level. Anyway, this project is no different, with many of the different explosions having been lit up. And one of the reasons why I put this project in the top half of this list is because of how good those explosions look, with everything kind of just bursting outwards. I honestly think this project has some of the best looking explosions I've seen done in LEGO. The positioning of all the minifigures in the battle is flawless also, with some of the minifigures being shot at kind of live, which looks really cool. This designer has clearly put a lot of thought into how to make this project feel as realistic as possible, because the ground has pieces missing and other pieces crooked, and this is just a all in all really well executed MOC. Next up at number 3 we have Darrow. This project was created by Solid Bricks Studios and is the most recent project that he's finished to date. This mock is based off the new Disney Plus show Bad Batch, and this project was made in collaboration with the LEGO Group, where they asked him to create a diorama to show off all their new summer sets from 2021. The forest looks amazing with an impressive 76 trees in there, but there's also some really nice mountain work hidden in there too. There's a bunch of stormtroopers coming out of a tank to participate in the battle with the Bad Batch team, which looks really nice, but more impressively there's a handful of rooms hidden away behind the actual back of the build. And I've just got to say, he did a great job making that big grey wall look good, and it's also got some character to it as well, which I really like. This mock does also of course have LED lights included, which makes it look absolutely amazing, so here's a quick look at those LEDs in action. In at number 2 we have the Death Star Trench Run created by Anthony Ducre. This mock contains around 50,000 pieces and just took over 7 months to create, which isn't bad when you're looking at the sheer scale of this project. The Super Star Destroyer seen crashing into the Death Star is the official UCS set, however if it works then why not use it? The main really cool feature that the design has included in this project is the motorized portion of the build. The not so small X-Wing and TIE Fighter are actually able to move around this trench run, which I really like, and he's done that really simply with some train tracks, which I think is a really cool and simple way to do it. There are many different rooms on the sides of the build, with basic detailing and lots of different minifigures. One of my favourite interior areas of this project is the mini hangar. It holds, I believe, Darth Vader's TIE Fighter. I'm pretty sure it is his anyway, I could be wrong on that one though. But anyway, I really like the blue glow in there from the LEDs, I think that is really cool. The reason I place this project so high up in this list is due to the fact that the trench walls are so nicely detailed and textured here, and that cannot have been easy to do. And now finally at number 1 we have the Starkiller Base. This once again was created by RichboyJhae, but you'll see why I had to include this mock on this list and why I had to include it at number 1 in just a minute. From the front, it looks impressive, however this project is much larger than it may seem, spanning further back with detailed rooms, but more on that in just a sec. Love The Force Awakens or hate it, I think everyone must admit that this scene from the movie is visually stunning, and I'd say it's more impressive in LEGO form. The sheer number of minifigures, Jay predicts that there are more than 400 scattered throughout this mock, but there's various TIE Fighters which have been custom designed, and there's also obviously that massive stage where General Hux gives his iconic speech. Something I noticed was the accuracy of the minifigures on the stage. I'm pretty sure at least that he's put the correct number of troops and the officers in the correct places as well. The turrets or turbo lasers on either side of the stage look amazing, the massive First Order logo in the background of the stage which uses 3 large stickers to achieve. I could sit here and talk about this project all day, but let's keep moving further forward on this as there's a heck of a lot more to discuss. There's a trash compactor room with iconically Captain Phasma placed in there. We've got Mickey Mouse minifigure in the hallway, because obviously he owns Star Wars now. There's a hangar with a really nice backdrop, making this look even more immersive. There's Hux's command center room, which is packed out with minifigures. After all of these rooms, and that is just the main right side of the build, we get to another large open space with a TIE Fighter chasing an X-Wing, as well as a couple of other vehicles in the background too. Scarily enough though, we're not done there yet. This project goes on for even longer. Next we've got the Trench Run, and in there is a custom Poe Dameron black and orange TIE Fighter build, and there's also the massive oscillator build on the other side of there too. When you zoom into this oscillator building, you realise just how big it is on its own, and combined with the rest of the mock, it wouldn't surprise me if this is actually the biggest mock ever created, as this is absolutely insane. Finally, the project ends in the snowy forest in which Kylo Ren and Rey have their iconic duel from The Force Awakens. On the left side of the main build now, we've got Palpatine's cloning room, where he's making a couple of different Snokes, because why not? There's the prisoner section, which is insane and completed with LEDs. And finally, the last room that I will show you here is Snoke's throne room. It features a really large buildable Snoke, but I really like how the walls have been made to look cracked, and this technique has been used multiple times throughout this build, which I really like. What's even crazier, however, is that there's more rooms than I've just showed you, as obviously we'll be here for hours talking about this MOC, as it's absolutely insane. But I will leave a link to RichboyJhae's video showing off this MOC in its entirety, as well as all the links to other different MOCs that I've shown in this video in the video description down below. But with that being said, that is just my thoughts on the top 10 best LEGO Star Wars MOCs of all time. Please do bear in mind that this list is purely in my own opinion and my own preferences, so obviously let me know in the comment section down below what your thoughts are on these MOCs, which is your favourite, are there any that you didn't like, and also let me know if there are any that you think I missed. I would really be interested to know. But with that being said, leave a like on the video if you did enjoy. If you're not currently subscribed to the channel, then please consider doing so, I'd really appreciate that. But thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.